welcome back, guys. So, this is an extract from what was sent through to you by Mr. Morton and Mr. Smith. So, this is really what's going on for you, fifth form, from now. Okay. So, I mean, you've probably read this already, but just focusing on it. So, this is the bit that was sent to you. So, for the next couple of weeks, we're just going to be carrying on with our revision activities. Okay. It does say there about you submitting additional work, etc., and I'll come back to that in a minute. Okay. Now, I guess one key point is this bit: none of these lessons are compulsory. Okay. So none of you are going to get in trouble now if you just back off and just decide not to do any of your maths. Okay. So for this week and for next week up to the bank holiday next Friday, this is like phase one. You only really need to be attending these lessons if you want to. Now, if you're planning on doing A-level, then obviously I think you should do. And the other thing is, if you end up getting a grade that you're not happy with, then you might want to take up the option of sitting the IGCSE sort of September time. We don't know the details on that yet. So you might just, so for those of you who might be concerned that you won't quite get the grade that you want, then that's another reason for you just hanging in there. Now, after half term, we'll carry on doing maths lessons. So half term, what am I talking about? After the bank holiday, we then move over to this second phase here, where you will be having to attend the lessons for the subjects that you're planning to do for A-level. Okay, and so you must attend those. And I guess those of you who aren't planning on doing A-level but think you might still resit, might still take the exam in September, you're probably still choosing to dip in and out as you see fit. Now, I just quickly want to go over what we've been told about the work we're going to do for your grades. The key thing is that we're being asked to rank everybody in fifth form, from the #1 student who's best at maths right down to the bottom student. Okay, so it's going to be combining all the sets and just doing a rank of first to last. And obviously that would be based on all the information we've got on you, including the mock, but all the build up of all the information we've got. So that's going to be the key document. I think we then do also write down what grade we think you probably would have got, but I think it's the ranking that's going to be the really crucial bit, which is what because they then go away and do their statistics and what have you. So it may well be that you end up with a different grade to the one we suggested, because they'll be taking into account lots of other factors. Right, now that's that first slide. So I just then wanted to quickly show you what we've been given as teachers. Okay, so we've been given this instruction. So it's obviously very similar to what you've been given up to the May bank holiday. Revision lessons and consolidation material. This will allow them to revise in case they wish to sit the optional exams in the autumn. That's just like what I was saying. Now, this is the key bit. This was the bit that I hadn't been aware of. Please ensure that you are not setting tests, as this is not allowed under DFE guidance. Okay. So whilst on the one hand, Mr. Smith was saying to you, you're allowed to submit work, you absolutely can. We're not supposed to be setting tests. Okay, so really that's a new instruction that I wasn't aware of. So I won't be setting any tests or encouraging you to send in past papers over the next week or so. And again, this just reiterates these points. These sessions are optional. So if you're choosing not to attend these sessions, that's completely up to you. And then again, like I was saying, after the bank holiday weekend, we then have extension classes for pre-A level. So we will just be carrying on revising the GCSE maths, but focusing on the bits that are particularly crucial if you go on to do the A level. So, bearing all that in mind, what we're going to do now is I'm just going to explain to you how we're going to be using Teams to help us do this. Now, we've found a way through assignments that it's going to make it a lot easier. So you will find when you go in and look on your class notebook and you go and look at homework, you will have today's lesson already there. Now, it's not this one, this is another year, okay? But when you go in, you will see that you're going to have one that says like revision 1, A28, nonlinear simultaneous equations. So the worksheet is already going to be there for you, hopefully. When you go in and look under homework, you will have a worksheet waiting for you there already. So not this one, that's just an example of what it will look like. And what you will then need to do, please, you will see underneath the worksheet that there's a box there where you can go and insert your answers. So you click on that box, you then got the option to either use file or picture. And if you use file, do remember to use insert file printout, because that's the one that allows us to actually mark it on the screen. Do not use insert as attachment. Now this Word document, again, the actual document that's been included, you can download that from Show My Homework. All right, I've included your worksheet that we're going to be looking at today, and I've also included the answers. Okay, so some of these is quite tricky, and I think it's going to be nice for you. You can actually check your answers as you go. So what would be great would be just do the questions that you want to do, check that you got them right, give them a tick so you do like the provisional mark, upload them here, and then because it's in assignments, I can then go and give you a percentage, okay, which would be nice and easy for me. And again, this will all be building up evidence to support our case for your ranking. Okay, if any of you've got any queries on this, please do feel free to unmute and just ask. Okay, so just to go over that again, you will find from now on, whenever I set you any work on the back of the lesson, you'll just go into homework. That's why I've decided to file it rather than class notes. Homework, and we'll just have each lesson will have a new page just waiting for you. So it's not like that you all have to go and just file it away yourself. It will be there waiting there for you. Now, what work are we actually going to do over the next couple of weeks, and then after the half term, the bank holiday break? I'm going to be using the further maths material that Corbett Maths has supplied. Okay, so these are excellent worksheets that are for those kids who've done the further maths. So some of the top set kids have done that. Okay, so it's still IGCSE. I'll only be doing the IGCSE bits. So it's good revision if you think you might take the paper in September. But it's also going to be excellent preparation for A-level. Okay, so so if you want to go and have a look, you just go into Corbett Maths website, and then you click the More option, and you'll see the first option that's there is Further Maths, and then it breaks down into 6 subtopics. Okay, and all the ones I'm going to focus upon are basic number stuff and algebra stuff. Okay, so the number stuff, there aren't many of those, there's only 3. And then the algebra, it's a beast. All right, so we've got 40 worksheets we can focus upon that. So I'm going to, and the revision lessons we have before the bank holiday weekend and after the bank holiday weekend, I'm going to be taking them from here. Okay, so the one I've chosen to start with for today is just revising simultaneous equations, but the non-linear ones, you know, where we've got one that's got squares in it, and the other one doesn't have squares. I think something like Josh, you would be good at this, and a number of you were very strong on this. So I just thought it would just get it into the swing of things. Now I'm going to follow this this filing system now. So if you want to start filing these away separately, whenever it's an algebra topic, is prefixed with an A. So this is going to be A28. Okay, and this is our revision lesson 1, if you like. Okay, so I'll be referring back to these each time, and that's what our new referencing system is going to do. Feel somebody's just about to ask a question. I hear it. Nope. Okay. Right. Okay. So, you'll see that you've got this worksheet. This worksheet will already be there waiting for you. As I said, the actual questions and the answers are on Show My Homework. And I just thought what I would do, I would just quickly model the question 2 one for you, just to show you how to do these, and then that will be it. I'll then leave you to it. Okay. So remember how these come along. I'm just modeling question number 2. All right. So we've got a linear and a non-linear one there. Oh dear. new battery in my pen, but it doesn't seem to be reacting to it. Okay, that's not good. I wonder if it's because I'm recording. That shouldn't make a difference, should it? No, the pen isn't working. So I won't be able to properly model this one. What I will have to do, my backup was just to bring up his answer. So I just have to talk you through his answer to remind you. Sorry about that, I wanted to model it properly. So this is just the extract from the answers. So what he's gone and done, you take the linear one, you take the y equals x plus 3, and you substitute that into the non-linear one, okay? So we're substituting that into the x squared plus y squared equals 149. So wherever we have a y, we're going to replace it with the x plus 3. So it's not going to be y squared, it's going to be x plus 3 all squared. So we've got our x squared, and then we're adding, rather than y squared, it's going to be our x plus 3 all squared, and that equals 149. So we've only got one unknown now, which is just x. So we're just going to have to do the algebra now to work out what x is. So first of all, this pair of brackets, remember this means x plus 3 multiplied by x plus 3. So a pair of brackets, and that gives us x squared plus 3x plus 3x plus 9. Gather those two middle terms, we get x squared plus 6x plus 9. So we've got x squared plus 6x plus 9 equaling 149. Gather up our x's, gather up our x squareds, we get 2x squared, and we've still got our plus 6x and our plus 9 equaling 149. Take away 149 from both sides, and we get 2x squared plus 6x minus 140 equals 0. Now, you could just go and solve this, but if you note, you can see all the terms are even, so you can just choose to divide through by 2. So we get x squared plus 3x minus 70 equals 0. And then we factorize this. So what two magic numbers multiply to be minus 70, but at the same time add to be 3? And that's plus 10 and minus 7. So that's it being factorized. So our two solutions, what makes this first bracket 0? That's when x is minus 10. And what makes the second bracket 0? That's when x equals 7. So we're nearly there. That's given us our two x core answers, minus 10 and plus 7. But we need the y values as well. So we take these x values and substitute back into one of our equations. Clearly makes sense to substitute it into the easier one. So just substituting into the linear one, substituting minus 10 in, we get minus 10 add 3 is minus 7. So when x is minus 10, y is minus 7. And then secondly, when x is 7, y equals 10. Because 7 add 3 equals 10. So that's where we are, guys. That's so have a go at that worksheet if you want to. You'll see that the instructions now say that we're advising that it's sort of compulsory 25 minutes work. Well, that doesn't really apply to you lot, does it? Because these lessons aren't compulsory for you. So I think you either just don't do any, or you just do a decent amount. Okay, so just make sure you cover this. You've got the answers. Okay, show my homework. You've got the questions and the answers. Do as many as you want to do. Mark them and then upload them as via assignments as I showed you earlier on. So that's it, folks. So anyone got any queries either about this or about anything?
Yeah, Mr. Withers.
Yeah.
This work is optional. Are you going to look at those who do it, look at how they've done it? Will that contribute to ranking order or predicted grades at all?
I don't think it will, Josh. I think in a way that is now cast in stone. I just don't think that it's and that's where I'm giving you the answers, Josh. I just think I don't want any of you to think that this is some kind of test, because as you saw earlier on, we're not allowed to do that. So that's why you're getting the answers. So this is really, I view this now as being two reasons: either because you're thinking of doing A-level, or secondly, you're a bit worried that the grade you end up might be a bit below what you really want, so you just still want to have it as an option to go and sit the test in, the GCSE in September or whenever it is. So, I mean, it's going to be quite, it will be early. It's not like they're going to make you wait for January, like the typical reset. It'll be right at the beginning. So, but, you know, those details haven't been discussed. So while on the one case, I know Mr. Smith was saying, do feel free to go and send in work, blah, blah, blah. You know, on the other hand, we're being told we can't test you. So I think there's a bit of a contradiction there a little bit. So in my mind, I will just get together a ranking from and I am pretty clear on mine, and I've got a lot of data to base it on, the mock and all the other stuff we've done, ranking our set from number 1 to number 16, 17, however many we've got. And then obviously I will then have to liaise with Miss Cummins' set and the set below, you know, because say somebody like Libby in set 3, you know, it wouldn't be fair that she just comes top in the set 3 kids. She'd be good enough to be, you know, say the middle of our set, say. That sort of thing, and you know, and some of the ones at the top end of our set, I think, wouldn't be at the bottom of set 1. So there will be a little bit of toing and froing. It won't just be that as we rank the school, we get the set 1 kids, then the set 2 kids, then the set 3 kids. I mean, that would mostly be it. I mean, I wouldn't have thought there were many in set 3 other than Libby who would really be better than any of us lot. So it's a long-winded answer to your quite concise question, Josh. But no, I don't. If nobody, if nobody submits anything, then I don't think it would change my views on the rankings or the grades at all. Because at the end of the day, it's not really a test, is it? You could all even if I didn't give you the answers, you could all just go on, you know, just all go online and just compare all your answers. So it'd be a bit of a waste of time.
Okay, thanks, sir.
Okay. Anyone else got any queries? Otherwise, I'm gonna finish it. Okay, guys. So good luck with that. If you're going to do it, I'm just gonna stop the recording when I can.